Well, it's exciting here today to have the women's final, Plugger, and I'm excited to be able to help and put a bit of a perspective on what we're seeing here today.
Absolutely, Jess. It's certainly a big day for footy here in Gunnedah. The weather's been sensational, and the 14s were a great game, and Moree just took out the under-17s. So we're all set here now for the women's grand final, and the last time these two teams met, Kangaroos went down by a solitary point. So I think it could go either way, but all credit to the Saints. They are undefeated this year, so I guess they're going in as favourites.
For sure. But the Roos played really well against us, the Swans, last week, so they've probably got a bit of momentum heading into the final, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
It will, and I think all our injuries are done now. We've been running a little bit short for the last three lots of outings, so we have got the best team we possibly could on the paddock today, so yeah, interesting to see. The wind's picked up here a bit, so there might be a bit of a favour there to the Woolworths end of the ground here at Wolseley Oval, so we'll just see how it plays out.
So who you pick is the Roos. How many points?
I'm going to say it's going to be less than a kick if the Roos get up, so yeah, definitely less than 6.
Well, I'll go the other way with Saints by a goal. So it would be interesting to see how it goes today. I think it should be really hard contested football, and let's hope that they all just put it all out there for the end of the season.
Absolutely.
Who do you think will be the major players from this game from the Roos, Plugger?
Oh, look, you're going to get M. Southwell. She's been here before. It's her third year. Nat Deeves, Shannon Campbell, captain. Savannah Shepherd's going to certainly have a big impact again today. She's as fit as she's been the whole time since she's been playing. Look, there's quite a few girls there. Danielle Abbott, of course, will stand up with Tegan. A couple of the talls there. So, yeah, there's some interesting matchups, and I think, as you know, Jess, the big factor for the Roos to take care of is Gab Mooney. She's I don't know who's going to match up on her. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, yeah, that's a great point. Gab won the league best and fairest. She's played footy for 10 years, so she's just got a really good footy brain and knows where to be on the field. So it'll be interesting to see what the Roo girls do to try and take her out. But I think the Saints will be aware that she'll be a prime target for the Roos, so they'll probably have a good plan in place. But it's important to note that there's so many other key players on that Saints team. Georgia Strang, their captain, Claire McCosker, might kick a few. So as the leading goal kicker of the league. So it's I think it'll be a really interesting game, and we'll definitely see, I hope we'll see both sides really try and utilise all their girls.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the Inverell list here, I think that they've certainly stood the test of time, and there's a lot of girls that played here 2 years ago in the same grand final. So they've certainly they're not this is not new for them, the big stage. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they come out. And of course, coached by Dick Gleeson, and he's certainly regarded as one of the Northwest AFL's top line coaches, whether it be men or women's. He's got a lot of experience. Then coached by Brett Douglas and assisted by Daniel Johnson, two of ex-Kangaroos, ex-captains. A lot of experience there. So even the coaching is an interesting matchup as well. Yeah,
for sure, and it just shows both clubs have a lot of experience, and these girls here on the Saints side particularly, they've had a solid side for 3 years. So in saying that, you've got quite a few girls that have followed through on the Roos for a decent amount of time as well. So let's hope it's a nice, fair, strong contested game of football, and we'll look forward to calling it as we go through the 4 quarters.
Absolutely. So we're just about ready for the bounce here, and our umpires Lindsay Brash and Shane Voigt. They're both from Inverell, Armidale, sorry, and they're extremely experienced. Both have done grand finals and a lot of grand finals between them. So yeah, it's good to see neutral umpires.
Here we go for the first bounce. So Nat Deeves just got the ball and kicked it clear out onto the wing.
Yes, first free for the day there, and well and truly deserved the push in the back there. So
Kelsey Julius from the Saints has got a kick. Straight to Gab Mooney, but Shannon was in front of the ball there. It's now in a pack on the ground, trying to clear it out. Shannon, nice hip and shoulder there, really hard-fought football. They've got the ball clear. A few girls on the ground and Shannon's back up again. She's really putting in some second efforts there, Plugger, which is really great to see.
Absolutely.
And it's kicked back to the Saints. Number 4, Ashley Cox. We've got a bit of tussle here in that Deves and a few of the Saints players. It's good to see they're really passionate.
And Southwell with a quick little handball out there.
That Deves got the ball again.
Bit of a stalemate here at the moment. We've got a player here on the wing. They're not seeming to clear it at all.
Georgia Strang, good shepherd there by number 22, which is Tani Saunders. And Gab Mooney has really come forward there. Now we've got to wait and see these Saints if they push back into the 50 to make some options. It's a short kick, but undirected to anyone. And it's a kick to the Roos. Which Roos player is that?
That's Sam Southwell. So, yeah, first hold of the ball for the day. So, good tackle.
Number 7, Jamie Pay, out on the wing. Fell over the ball. There's a few Saints players and Roos players in the pack there. And the ball's being held up. What do you think's going to get them over the line today, Plugger? What is it going to be? Accuracy? Just true grit?
Oh, it's going to be a combination of everything, and I think discipline too. It'll come down to fitness as well. It will be. It'll definitely come down to who wants it the most. And both teams will be extremely hungry.
Got it clear there. We're looking like we're punching it into 50. Number 24, Gab Mooney's going for it again in the pocket. Just missed the ball there and we've got a throw in.
I got a text earlier, Jess. This podcast is going a long way. I got a young cousin in South Australia that texted me and said he'd be watching this game with interest, so all the way from Clare and South Australia. So
that's great.
G'day, young Lockie. Good to see you watching the game.
Oh, great mark there. Number 6, Larisa Matheson from the Saints, taking a mark in the 50. Saints really trying to move to try and come forward. Going for the pack option and it's been spilled. Number 14 there, Catherine. I think this is just out of her range, but we might see some of these girls like Claire McCosker there and right on the goal square, maybe she'll come forward. Oh, drops it.
Not enough talk there. There's 2 Saints involved in that one. Lucky let off for the Roos.
Number 22, that's Tani Saunders again. She's really doing some work and getting in underneath those packs. Gab Mooney at the bottom also there. Chloe Gleeson, I think this is one of her first kicks of the match. Oh, nice running kick there. So it's in the back there, number 23, Lucy Smith. Saints have really got to use this, really got to get in front. We're seeing quite a lot of Roos players stepping in front of them, so if they can stay in front and really start moving, we might see a goal converted here.
Absolutely, the pressure's building. Something's going to have to give here. It's Saints have been inside 50 pretty much for the last 5 or 6 minutes, and the Roos are yet to get to their 50. So
that was a really strong move there by Georgia Strang. It's a hard angle, but maybe she can just find a Saints player to pick it up. But those Roos are really trying, putting a lot of effort in, and just really going the ball, which is great to see.
Right, second holding the ball there. It's at this point in time, the Saints are certainly applying all the pressure. So there's quite possibly a score to be had here, Jess, I think.
Well, it's really interesting to note if you look at the field, Plugger, look how flooded that 50 is right now.
Yeah,
if the Roos really can get that ball out, they could have a good run and go in through. So behind, and that was, I think, that was Catherine Penthbury. Number 15, Chloe Gleason, getting it out there. Number 8 has just dropped the ball. That was Carissa.
Nat Deves driving that kick forward on the wing.
Nat Deves, good intercept there from her. Just really looking forward. And that's missed mark by Terry Whitten, who was out for the last game. And is new to footy, isn't she? She's played rugby previously.
Yeah, so it's Terry's first year with the Roos, and certainly she's put a lot into it this year and trying to work on her skills, but good ball getter. So.
It's the first time we've seen it up in the Roos 50, so it'll be interesting to see if they can lock it in up there. Trying to take a screamer, little Nat Deves there, someone who's quite short.
This is always dangerous with Shannon Campbell anywhere near goal. But,
it's just been
blocked. Down the throw to the Saints there.
Stephanie Press from the Saints there. Good mark, good hands. Jamie Pay on the wing. That's Jamie Pay on the bottom of the pile there. I can't see who the Roos player is.
No.
Good to see both teams really using the wing this game. They're not risking it up through the corridor, even though it might be a faster passage. But we're lucky here in Gunnedah. It's a really wide oval with really quite deep wings.
Absolutely. Yep. And of course, both these sides here haven't played here since the grand final of 17. So, Gunnedah don't have a women's side, so they're both on a neutral ground, very much so here.
Nice to also see some green grass in the Northern Tablelands. Good pick-up, nice clean pick-up there. Unlucky with the handball.
Yeah, it was Naomi Spark. She's a crossover from hockey and, taking this game by storm.
Missed that number.
First goal to the Tamworth Kangaroos. That's Hannah Bronga.
Hannah Bronga. She kicked a couple last week against the Swans, so she's probably hungry to kick a few more today.
No goals, 1-1.
It'll be interesting to see how the Saints react to something like that. It was a really grubby sort of goal on the way up and sort of a lucky snap. So let's see if the Saints actually try and bite back, or if the Roos can get momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and the Saints had all that forward 50 play then, and the Roos have kicked the first goal of the game. So
it's a great tap by Catherine Greenland there. A few of the Saints have got it out into the 50. Not enough talk from the Roos there. We've just missed a potential mark, which has slowed the game up a bit. Catherine. Gab Mooney in the pack as well. Claire McCosker, unlucky there. Oh, and a great stop by the Roos players. Bit of soccering.
A little bit of a let off there for the Roos. It's very lucky. Last ditch effort right on the goal line.
Catherine Greenland as a Roos ruck has really been getting a lot of the taps today. She's just that little bit taller, doesn't have to jump very high, but she's just getting those taps, which I think is really helping and building confidence by the surrounding midfield.
Absolutely, that was a great tap there. She's knocked that 10 metres forward for the Roos.
Great clearance there. It's a throw. Number 32, Mackenzie Barton. Good kick, just undirected. It's great to see lots of hip and shoulder action as well from both sides.
Yeah, we've got another free awarded there, just a head high.
Can't see the number of that player, but it's interesting to watch the movement of the Roos. They're really moving up in that forward 50, trying to build some options. It's a great long bomb. Once again, a bit undirected, but they have got some players in that forward line that can run onto it and potentially snap it. Roos players are good for snapping goals. They don't often get many set shot chances, so this is where they'll really potentially shine through.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably a bit warm out there too, Jess. I'd imagine the water runners are going to be called out fairly regularly.
Yes, the sun is shining. It would be nice if it was a drought-breaking rain here today. I don't think anyone would be complaining, but nothing better than playing some footy in some sunshine in sunny Gunny.
That's it. Well, the crowd's got a good crowd here today too, so it's a good day of footy, I reckon.
One thing it's good to appreciate here amongst the crowd is it's not just supporters of teams that are playing today, it's supporters of the league in general, so that's really great to see that they want to support other teams, that there's that camaraderie between clubs.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's good to see your side's here in force, Jess. You've got, what, half your side here?
Yeah, we've got half the girls here that I think we're just really excited to be part of this atmosphere, and obviously we've played both of these teams, so we just want to see who's going to get up today.
I think you've probably got more girls here than you have boys, but it seems to be the trend in both the Tamworth clubs. The girls seem to get right into it. So.
Oh, that's a very high tackle there. Number 7, Jamie Pay. She's been really working hard on that wing for the Saints. A bit misdirected with that kick, but it's good to see that they're really working hard to try and get that ball back down their end. Seems like the Roos are a bit strong. They're filling in the gaps and just standing that one step in front of all their players, which is really helping them today.
I just noticed there, Jess, we've got a floater here for the Roos, number 12, M. Southwell, sitting on that wall there, so just creating that overlap. So it's interesting to see how that plays out. Must be a practice move by the look of this.
I think too it might just also be Gab Mooney sort of on that wall too, so maybe they're trying to tag her. They can chuck another player on her when she's doing some hard work. So it's great to see the women's game here getting some structure. And so Kayla Hamilton, she's one of the junior players on their side, but is really influential. Good kick. Oh, and great intercept there by Emily Southwell, vice captain for the Roos. Amanda Brown, number 2, first touch of the game. Really aggressive, strong forward playing player. And Gab Mooney, solid hands and plays on. She's really talking to them, and that's a strong tackle. Number 4, Savannah Shepherd. Georgia Strang, another influential player from the Saints, and she's really collected her team and pushing them out on the wing, away from the congestion on the far side. It's first quarter.
Well, there we go, Jess.
In the women's game.
1 goal to the Roos and 1 point to the Saints.
What's your synopsis of the first quarter, Plugger? What do you think is happening on both these teams? What do you like? What are you seeing that you like?
Oh, look, I think
great game as we thought it would be today.
I think with just that last tackle there, we've obviously seen who the Roos are using to tag Gab Mooney. I think it's Savannah Shepherd, and it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be a very, very good tussle today. So we'll keep an eye on that one for sure.
Please make sure if you are drinking, stay inside the restricted areas down there.
It's nice to appreciate the camaraderie these girls have. They're coming off. They're all giving each other a bum tap. You know, keeping their heads up. It's only first quarter, and we've got a whole another 3 quarters left, and it's definitely still in the balance right now. Thanks, mate. We're back here for the second quarter. Ball up. See some changes by the Roos in the centre there. They got Shannon in the centre as well, so maybe she'll have some fresh legs and try and move that into the 50. Gab Mooney, clean hand, solid mark, and the Saints come out flying.
Absolutely. Another good kick. That Gab Mooney, in my watching her and umpiring her now this year, is certainly the number one kick of the football in the women's competition. It's certainly played some pretty high-level footy, I'd imagine.
Yeah, from Harvey Bay originally, and has played a lot of football up there, and she's just really stepping up, and she just cut that off again out on the wing, so she'll try and feed that in with a nice long straight kick. They're really trying to draw their girls forward for a leading kick, but it doesn't seem like they can get in front.
Yeah, I think the back line there, ably led by Sarah Dadd, affectionately known as Mum in the Kangaroos side, and yeah, she announced on Thursday night this would probably be her last game, but she's been a great influence for a younger team. She's played a lot of sport herself, and yeah, it's been really good. So.
That's one really great thing about the Northwest AFL. Like in the Swans team, we have 16 to 35 as our age bracket, so it's a sport that any woman can get into, which is great.
Yeah, good mark there by M. Southwell. She's playing her role well.
Yeah, she's really cutting off quite a lot of those balls and feeding it back in. Georgia Strang at the bottom of that pack again. She's just really hard going at the ball and likes to get in under to clear it out. So hopefully we see whoever's marking her. I can't see from the back here. I think it is Mackenzie Batten, 32, who's marking her. So they'll go head to head. Gab Mooney, smooth pick up. M. Southwell, good smother there by Gab Mooney again. She's just really popping up here. And that's a behind. But it was Catherine Penberthy. Another key forward for the Saints. She's known to kick a bag in most games, but the Roos seem to be keeping her at bay with M. Southwell, it looks like, tagging her. So Mackenzie Batten, backline player, really leading down to the forward. Is that the strategy of the Roos today, to flood the forward, give plenty of options?
Well, I'd say it is, and this is pretty well how they've played all year. So it's a formula that's worked, and yeah, with all their key players back, it should work well, and they're using the bench well here, I see. Good rotation. So
just important to note, Hangabonga, the kicker, the goal kicker from the first quarter for the Roos, has come off limping. Looks like there's something wrong with her ankle, so we'll keep an eye on that and fill you in if she comes back onto the field.
Another ball up there, and the inside the forward 50 there for the Saints. Once again, this quarter starting off with the Saints dominating with a lot of ball inside their 50.
Penny again got the ball, and she's amazingly nearly got through that. But the low tackle around the hips has made her drop the ball. It's gone over the head of Nicole Hamilton from the Roos. And Kayla Hamilton has kicked it straight to number 27. So out on the full, gives the Roos a chance to reset. Going really deep into the pocket there. Cut off and stopped by some of the Saints players there. Kayla Hamilton right in underneath it again. Great hand skills and has pushed the Roos players off her. Quite impressive, really. Good handball. Oh. It was a very strong tackle by Nat Deeves. Really throwing Chloe Gleeson over her shoulder. We've got a ball up. Chloe Gleeson. Up against Catherine Glingland there. Looks like the ball's being held up again.
Inverell's got another 7. No, Inverell. I think they've only got, what's their score now?
Catherine Greenland, another solid tap. Ball's spending a lot of time on the ground, Plugger.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just stalemate sort of footy at the moment, isn't it? They're just...
It's that real gritty, grubby sort of footy that we're seeing here today. Hopefully they can get a few clearances and really get some nice flow, which will help both teams.
They've certainly got the players there to do it. It's
Penny again, Catherine, and it's through the sticks. Catherine Penberthy, number 14 for the Saints, kicked a goal, and that actually puts the Saints in front.
That was a good snap there and straight between the sticks. Good goal to the Saints.
And now it'll all be in how the Roos react. Got to give it to Catherine Greenland, the Roos ruck. She's really been dominating the taps again in this second quarter. Hopefully we can see Chloe Gleeson, the Saints ruck, come up and really contest a little bit more in this second quarter here today.
Inverell won that tap.
Yeah. Nat Deves, always solid through the centre. She has a good method of just clearing the ball out. Penny again. Claire McCosker, captain. Emily Southwell on the ground there. Penny's got the ball again. Sorry, Catherine has got the ball again. And we're back into a all up. How are the Roos feeling at this point, do you reckon, Plugger? With all this domination in the Saints forward 50. What's your thoughts?
Look, honestly, their coaching staff will be trying to work out a way of stopping that forward push by the Saints. It's
Kayla Hamilton, nice side kick off the boot there, but the Roos intercepted and it's out.
Sarah Dad ran that one over the line, which is probably the safe option, waiting for a throw in.
And that's the experience of players like Sarah really shining through, rather than trying to take the ball on and have a messy kick back up the field, isn't it?
Or missing it altogether, so yeah, absolutely the safe option.
Denise Saunders there.
That's been awarded out on the full. They're going to have a kick from the...
Does Sarah have a long, strong kick, Plugger?
Yeah, Sarah can certainly get some distance. I think she'd bring it out to this wing.
Not enough talk by the Saints there. They could have really cleared that. But Kayla Hamilton's really pushed to the front of the pack again.
Good centering kick there from the Saints.
Carissa Baldwin, that was number 8. You would have played here, Plugger. Does the stand side of the oval play better than the other side? We're just seeing so much ball play on this side of the field. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, look, I think the breeze is got a lot to do with that. Yeah, it's certainly pushing it over that side. So it's going to be nice for us if it was over here.
Both sides really using their interchange really well, which is great to see. Gives some players a rest. Benefits of having a full side for both teams there. Interestingly, Gab Mooney has been a bit quieter this quarter. They still got Savannah Shepherd tagging her, unsure, but maybe they're just doing some good work keeping her a bit quieter.
Interestingly, I see the Roos are swapping their ruckman to the bench. So that's an old-fashioned footy tactic, that one. So.
Looks like Hannah Bonga might be back on the field too.
Yes, she's just running through the centre there now. So.
Really great centred kick there. But Nat Dees was at the bottom receiving end. Look at that leg speed. Good smother. Hannah Bonga just been on the interchange and back into it. No stopping it.
Yes, and one more step there. She probably would have been pinged holding the ball, but anyway, it's a ball up. That's one thing we notice in the women's competition, Jess, that a lot of girls don't have a left foot, and they're all turning to kick on their right or on their natural foot. And you can see it brings them undone. But I I can imagine this time next year there'll be a lot of girls that will certainly be
Free kick for in the back there. Sorry, Plugger.
competent enough to kick on both feet. So,
Who's that from the Roos? I can't see her number.
that's Cassandra Small. So, interesting story with Cassie. She started off as a strapper 3 years ago and had no intention of playing footy, but it got too much for her. So, and she's been a great pickup.
This is the first bit of action we've seen in the Roos forward, and it could be a bit dangerous here. There's a high tackle by Terry there. Terry Whitten, number 27 for the Roos. Probably a rugby background shining through there.
Absolutely. A little bit reckless, some of this tackling by the Roos. They've given a few frees away now. Good smother there.
Georgia Strang on the ground. And got a free kick there for holding. It's Mackenzie Barton, number 32. She played a really great game against the Swans last week, so she's probably going to try and build the momentum off the back of that.
Good mark by Tegan Giles. She read that all the way. She has got a good kick. Wins against her, but anyway.
Interesting hold of the ball there, holding her hand on top of the seam rather than to the side. This is dangerous. Hannah Bonga, the kicker of the first goal, takes a few steps. Good leading kick, and it's to number 6.
A good mark there.
Catherine Ireland. Can Catherine kick that distance, Plugger?
You're putting me on the spot, Jess. I've got to say yes, she can. But, no, KT's had a few injuries problems, and it's good to see her take that mark. Do a lot for her confidence, actually, and
it was a classic case of being in front of your player, which shone through there.
Absolutely.
And that's gone through for a behind. So this is a good opportunity now for the Saints to be able to really push up the field and take the play on kick by kick, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing we're noticing is they're kicking to a lot of congestion in both 50s rather than looking for the free player. So maybe that's something we'll start seeing. More free players, less congestion, and trying to open up the game a little bit, which will help the flow. So we're on the Coles side of the oval. The Saints are going one by one. Emily Southwell, great intercept there. She's done a couple of them today.
Very passionate about her footy, and umpired Em a lot of times over the last couple of years, and very, very competitive person on the field.
Claire McCosker pulled up there for holding the ball, and we're seeing a play on. Potentially could have been stopped by the Saints, but everyone was resetting. Everyone's falling over in the far corner there. No one can seem to stay on their feet to be able to carry that ball through. Gab Mooney, I think that was pushing it out again.
The umpires seem to be letting this go a little bit.
What's your thoughts on that as an umpire yourself, Plugger?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to sort of see from here and a bit hard to call judgment. It's certainly umpiring is one of those things. It's a different perspective when you're right there.
Em Southwell, good hands there, strong hands, unlucky handball. Probably had the time but didn't take it.
Yeah.
And that's half time. What's the score, Plugger?
Well, there we are, Jess. It's very close, 1-2 to 1-1. Saints are leading by a sole point.
Very reminiscent of the last round. Last round these two guys played. So we'll be back after half time, and I hope you've enjoyed the game so far.
Leading the Tamworth.
No worries at all.
And we're back here for the third quarter. I'm just waiting for my commentating partner, Plugger. He's just coming upstairs now, but we're about to hit into the third quarter, and the Saints, as we've discussed, are in the lead by 1 point. It's really tight, like the last game between these two teams, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come out here today for the second half. The Roo girls have stayed out on the field for a huddle, and the Saints went into the club rooms, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out fighting for this second half. We've seen some really key players from the Roos. Hannah Bonga kicking the goal, and she's back in the field and was playing ruck in that last quarter. Gab Mooney's been a star from Inverell Saints. Denise Saunders, number 22 from the Saints also. Kayla Hamilton has also been playing a strong role on the forward 50, just locking it in and making sure that when the Saints have got it up there, it stays up there. So we're reset here for the third quarter, and it'll be great to see how they go. Plugger, anything that you want to anticipate for the second half? What do you think their strategy will be?
At the end of the day, I think it's going to be just more of the same. I don't think the Roos can really change how they play, not this late in the season, and it's the last game of the year, so they'll keep using the bench. I see Danielle Abbott's back on to start the ruck again, so that's obviously one of their ploys. And, Roos win that tap.
Good tap. Straight to Nat Deeves. Bit of a messy handball under pressure. Didn't quite hit the target, but she's come in for a second go. It looked like a bit of a throw from this angle, but obviously clear. And we're out in the far wing again, where all the play seems to be. Amanda Brown, another touch there. Kayla Hamilton pushes the player away and finds number 27 from the Saints in the wing. Two Roos players, and not enough body-to-body from the Saints player to get the ball there. Oh, good hands tonight. And Gab Mooney seems to be playing the forward. Great pick-up. Bends it around for a behind. So that's Gab Mooney. She's moved from out of the sort of centre-half forward position back into full forward. With Claire McCosker, it looks like, playing more centre-half forward.
Yeah, interesting move there. It's a lot of ball that Gabby normally gets through that midfield area, but anyway, she'll be very potent in front of goals, considering that she's such a good kick.
Number 17 soccers it on the ground. Naomi Spark picks it up as well. Kayla Hamilton just gets in front of the ball. She's been really useful in the pocket there.
Yeah, going well. It's once again against the wind. The Saints have started off. They're inside their forward 50 again. So it seems to be the trend.
Kayla Hamilton clears the pack. Number 22, the Saints, Tony Saunders. She's really been in the mix today. Claire McCosker out the back, hoping for a handball from the pack, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Number 27 from the Saints is really getting in amongst the ball play there. Chloe Gleeson, Kayla Hamilton, and that's straight to Sandra Small, number 3 for the Roos. Kick to nowhere. And this is where the Roos could potentially be dangerous. If they can follow the ball and chase the Chooks up the field, they might be able to get a bit of a clear play, but the Saints have stopped it.
Missed opportunity there by the Kangaroos, and they had the flow there. They just needed to get that one kick out, and they would have been away.
Danielle Abbott coming into the second half as a ruck. She's doing a great tap there and really dominating. Number 7, Jamie Pay out on the wing, and it's socket along the ground there. Georgia Strang really tracing it up, solid, throwing herself on the ball, typically as Georgia does. Looks like a bit winded. But has got a kick, and hopefully we see them use the wing here to push it down into the 50. There's lots of moving targets there, and then they've hit one. Tanae Saunders, number 22. Emily Southwell once again in there as well. And we've got a hold up.
Yeah, Sam Southwell seems to be in everything today. It's
starting at centre half back, is that right, Plugger?
Yeah, I think she would be, absolutely.
Yep.
Very pivotal in our back line.
really interesting as a player for the Swans. It's really great to actually be able to watch a game against teams that I've played against. I haven't had the opportunity all year, and it's just really great to see both teams really stepping up to the plate, and even the improvement from the start of the season with two experienced sides has been, you can see that here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a nice kick from the Saints into their forward line again. Possibly going to bounce out. No,
Gab Mooney.
Still in play.
Oh, what a great turn. Pivot. Netballer to Claire McCosker. Is she going to get it? And she drops it. The pressure from the Roos is great there. Naomi Spark really chasing it down. Penny, number 14. Catherine, nicknamed Penny. She's on the back there. They're hoping to get it out the back, which is a typical move played by the Saints. They like to have one out the back and handball it too. Strong tackle. Number 9, Kelsey Julius.
Interesting decision there. There was several free kicks involved in that movement there, and interesting choice.
Hannah Bonga on the mark. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Kelsey here to try and convert this to a moving target. Gab Mooney's leading the square. They're really looking for her as an option, and that's been touched by Hannah Bonga. So good opportunity on the mark there. Catherine Penth will be Amanda Brown to Mackenzie Barton, and out on the wing. Once again, no target. Had time, could have probably lined it up a bit better.
And the throw there, missed by the umpires, but anyway, had their backs to it.
Claire McCosker tapped onto Shannon and Georgia Strang. Jamie Pay. Denise Saunders just really played strong here. Claire McCosker, the captain. Good clearance by Kayla Hamilton. Is she going to get it? It's a shallow kick to Gabby Mooney, and it's been fuffled by the Roos, and a good smother. It's really messy. The ball going everywhere. Hard to predict, which is challenging for those players. And Kayla Hamilton through the sticks. It's a goal. Puts the Saints ahead. What's happened there, Plugger? What's your digestion of that?
Yeah, they were just outnumbered there. I just won't get the numbers back. I think there was just Saints created a loose player, and they capitalised 100%. You can't do it inside the forward 50. So I think Coach Douglas will be doing some severe changes here now, and he's making some calls and some changes.
Both teams really using the interchange well here. Try and get the fresh legs on there, which is really important.
I think Catherine Penberthy for the Saints has come off a well-earned rest. She's had a lot of ball today, and she's done very well.
Exactly. Known to play at the back line as well, so if we see a bit more Roos time. Kayla Hamilton once again got the space. Where are the Roos players on something like that? To Gab Mooney. But great work there.
Good spoil by Tegan Giles.
She's on the ground. That's a very high tackle. Claire McCosker, the captain for the Saints, she'll be really looking forward to getting this through the sticks if she can. She's leading goal kicker of the league, so we can't say that she hasn't kicked a goal this season. Very high tackle. Nat Deeves on the mark. And Claire McCosker through the six. First goal.
Never looked like missing that. That was a great kick.
First goal of the match today. She'll be hoping to get a few more, I imagine.
Yep, absolutely.
The Roos are still in this. They've been known to come back in the third and fourth quarter, really chase up some goals. So it's not yet over for the Roos. Hopefully they can just build some morale and really get around the ball.
Tap one by the Kangaroos there again. And
that's 3 from 3.
They're winning the taps in the centre, but it's the execution after that.
Gab Mooney. Courtney Pay missing that. Nat Deeves, that was a great deflection.
Yeah, well done to Cassie Small there. That was
Nat Deeps again. Emily Southwell. If you're coaching this team, Plugger, what would you be suggesting at this point?
Look, it's the one thing I have never done, Jess, and I don't think I ever want to do is be a coach. So
It's a lucky bounce, that one. And got a lot of time, but doesn't done anything with it. Go on the handball, lucky handball there. Looking for Gab Mooney. Gab gets it, bends and snaps, and it's through the goals. That's Gab Mooney's first and full forward, and a great goal there. So we've just seen Saints really push in front. So that's going to be 4 goals 3, 27 to 1 goal 1-7.
yeah, I think they're a little bit of dominance here now, and Saints are showing why they're undefeated this year. It's really starting to show.
And the third quarter is the premiership quarter.
And they're scoring against the win.
Yeah.
I think that's quite, it's got to be taken into account. So, yes, I'd imagine Coach Douglas has got some serious matchups to have a look at now. And
Danny Albert again, the tap. Kayla Hamilton getting in underneath that. Bit of a collision, lots of congestion. Sure, you played in your fair share of premierships, Plugger. What would you try to be instill in the team right now in this third quarter?
it's just getting back to basics. I mean, you've got to get those handballs right, and every kick's got to count. It's at the moment the Saints are capitalising on Kangaroo mistakes, and play has to become cleaner. I think maybe to some of the new Kangaroos players, there's a little bit of inexperience now, a little bit of panic setting in. And
kicking in danger there. Shannon, the captain, Shannon Campbell. Sorry, Plugger, cut you off there. But back to basics is the tip.
I think so. It's and there's a few Kangaroos players there. Some of our key players, they haven't had an impact on the game today as of yet.
I think what we're seeing too is the matchups of the first half aren't there anymore. The Saints have done quite a few changes of positions, and it's probably throwing a few Roos off until they get sort of settled with their new player. So Kayla Hamilton there, taken down. Courtney Page. Claire McCosker. Emily Southwell tries to dodge, and that was dropping the ball. 22, Danae Saunders. So she's had a great first 3 quarters here today, really been underneath the ball and been really valuable to the Saints.
Yeah, look, the Saints are just applying the right pressure at the right time. So it's.
But look, once again, look how many options there are in that forward 50. We look back up the field, there's literally one player outside of that. So it's they're really, both teams are flooding when it gets down to their ends to try and lock it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that something typical of the women's game here in the Northwest, do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. And it's one of those things where you'd like to think that the speedsters, if they could just get the ball and just run.
There's not much carrying we're seeing here today, not much at all.
And you don't have to bounce, you can
Kicking
reach.
in danger again there.
You can certainly reach down and touch the ground, and I don't know why we just don't see more of that.
It's the second time Shannon Campbell has been called up for kicking in danger. We've got Kelsey Julius again, who has the opportunity to try and find an option. I think this might be out of her kicking range, but there's quite a few people in the goal square. And that's experience there, isn't it? Taking it through, giving their chance to players to push back.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think so. Just looking at it there, Jess, the Saints seem to have so many girls that can really kick a football, without a doubt. It's just,
It's a strong mark by number 18, Chelsea Easy. But that's Sarah Dadd, just shining through with experience once again. Do you think she'll try and slow the game down a bit? Give her girls some time to push up the field?
She's trying to switch it, but she switched it back a little bit hard. We've got Erin Skews there, number 14. She's doing what she does best, and she'll always fight hard for every ball.
Both missed a tap. Gab Mooney capitalises, tries to snap it around, but instead of running it through, they've just kicked it right back out. Dangerous with no players there. Kayla Hamilton very quick on her feet, tried to pick up the ball. It's on the ground. We're chasing the Chooks here in the pocket. Only Southwell following it over the boundary there. Gab Mooney's on the ground. She looks a bit buggered. A lot of running and full forward. Plugger is here looking intensely at the play. Maybe a bit lost for words at the moment, Plugger. What are you thinking?
It's I probably can't say what I'm thinking, Jess. It wouldn't be good. Yeah, there's just a few changes. There's a few things that probably need to happen with the Roos. The Saints just have a really, really strong, even attacking bunch of girls at the moment. They've got multiple avenues that they're going forward with, and the Roos just, they're not being able to match them all up. That's what it's coming down to. So
it'll be interesting to see what changes they make in this last quarter. Still got 15 minutes of play left, fourth quarter. What's the score, Plugger?
It's 28-7, and so we've got 8 scoring shots to 2. So it is all Saints. I think the Roos only went inside that 50 once, I think, for that quarter. So
yeah, and it'll be hopefully these Roo girls can go back in, sort of reset, get their head back in the game, and come out fighting in the final quarter. But it is all Saints here today in the last quarter, and we'll look forward to coming back after the break.
No worries.
fourth quarter, going up for the bounce, and be good to see what happens in the last 15 minutes.
So we've got an injury here with the Kangaroos coming off. I think that's Nicole Hamilton.
Number 16. Oh, look at the boys' list. Sorry, number 16, Nicole Hamilton, correct.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. So
She looked a bit dazed.
well, that was a lucky let-off there for the Roos, and they've pulled that ball back for an infringement, but that went through for a goal.
What was the
So
infringement
once again, the
there?
Saints have kicked off in fine form, and they're straight into their forward 50. So
Really good opportunity to use a free kick. There's a lot of players on this wing, but maybe looking for an option that's not as congested. And that's what Sarah's done. Tried to go for the corridor, missed it.
and there's the difference, Jess. A mismark by a Kangaroo that should have been taken. Turnover. Saints take a mark.
Tanae Saunders again, 22. Number 8. My mistake. That's Carissa Baldwin. I think this is out of her range, but hopefully a few Saints move around for an option. Good kick.
Brilliant kick. Right at the top of the square there. Rush through for a behind. Bit of a let-off there. Savannah Shepherd taking the kick in for this one.
Savannah Shepherd is actually the women's rep for the league, so pretty involved in the sport. And also the treasurer for your club. Is that correct, Plugger?
Yeah, treasurer done a fantastic job, and she was also the women's coordinator for the league representative. So, yes, she's very passionate about the footy.
Definitely made some changes in their backline this half. We see Plugger, we've got Sav down there, and probably just trying to pick one-on-one matchups, as you said.
Yeah, and then, Roos had the run there. Number 7 got pinged for running too far. I think that's
Emma Simmons, number
Emma
7.
Simmons. I do believe that's Dr. Simmons.
As we said, we haven't seen much of that carrying play today. Probably something that doesn't happen enough yet here in the Northwest, just inexperience, and girls can often get called up for running too far.
Oh, and absolutely, and Em's a new girl to the sport, and she's still learning. And it's I think experience right now is really starting to show with this Saints outfit. Good mark by Nat Deves there.
Yeah, strong hands.
She's switching the play out. Aaron Skews certainly got the pace, but the boundary line beat her. So there'll be a ball in there in the forward pocket for the Saints.
For the Roos, who are some of the players that are going to have to step up in this last 15 minutes? Who are the ones that are your key players in this side?
Oh, well, I think we've got to see Shannon and Nat. And of course, M. Southwell's been doing a great job, so I guess she'll fight the game right out. And Naomi Spark there in the back line is a fierce competitor. And
number 5, Georgia Strang. It's a throw. Roos have really got to use this.
So Cass Small has got the ball there now. Once again, M. Southwell again with that ball.
And it's over the top.
So 3 free kicks in a row awarded to the Roos there. It's a bit unusual. The Saints have been playing very good style of footy so far. And
a bit of a loopy kick, and that's gone straight into the hands of Chloe Gleeson from the Saints. It's one thing you notice with the Saints is when they do get a kick and get the opportunity to line it up, they do reset really quickly, which helps them play the game a bit more quicker and means the Roos can't go back onto their players as quickly.
yeah, absolutely.
And that's just the experience once again shining through. Oh. Georgia Strang off the boot. Got looking for Gab Mooney. It's on the ground again. Gab's gone for the pickup. She's been hung on to, but got the ball away. Number 17 from the Saints has got the ball. A bit of shepherding. Straight to Claire McCosker, who's been paired up with Emma Simmons again. Gab Mooney chasing the chooks on the ground. Tapped it out. Georgia Strang throws herself over the ball. M. Southwell on top of her. And it's held up again. Sorry, that was Mackenzie Batten, number 32. Shannon. Emily Simmons. Number 7. Emma Simmons, sorry. Out onto that far wing. This is the first time it's been out there for the second half. Almost slugger.
It is. It is. We were foot race for the ball.
And we're out.
It's a long way over there.
Don't empathise with the players that have to run from the far side over to the interchange, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a bit of talk getting around, Jess, that the quarters might lengthen out next year. What are your thoughts on that? Are you going from 15 to 20 minutes?
I think it's really important that the women get the opportunity to play the same game as the men. So 20-minute halves gets us closer to that. And I think, yeah, definitely for sure. I know girls on our side at the Swans definitely say, why don't we get to play for 20 minutes? And because we've got quite even teams in this league now, an extra 5 minutes can really change a game each quarter.
And it gives all the players some good footy time too. And I think initially when the league set that up, it was they weren't sure how many women there were going to be. You know, and if you didn't have, if you're only playing teams of 10 or 12, 15 was probably going to be enough. But I think it's growing so quickly that that's what's going to happen. So
interesting to note, there's only one player in the Roos forward 50. It's the Saints full back. All the other Roos players have pushed up the field. And we're just sort of seeing that when the Roos do get it out, they're lacking options because there's so many players have pushed up the field. They just haven't got that structure at the moment. The Saints have really frazzled them.
yeah. Yeah, we could almost be looking at a situation here where the Roos have just gone, well, we just can't let the Saints score again. And like you say, they're inside the Roos forward 50. There's a lone fullback for the Saints. So if they do get that bomb over the top, it's not going to achieve anything.
No. She's walking the line like a tiger, you know, in a cage. She's wanting to follow that player out, but she knows her job's to stay back there in case the Roos do get to carry it out. This is where some of those players like Nat Deves, Shannon, will really play a pivotal role in trying to clear it. And hopefully some of the Roos girls will start pushing down into that 50 for a few options.
Yeah, they're starting to push back there now.
Nice long kick there. I think that was Mackenzie Barton, number 32. This is a good chance for the Roos if they take their time. Great long kick. Thought there was a mark among that pack there, but not to be.
I think there would have been a bit of noise if there was.
Catherine Greenland followed that out over the line. We've got Chloe Gleeson and Catherine Greenland back in the ruck there. Looks like Danielle Abbott's been moved.
There and Skew sitting down here now at the top of the square for the Roos.
Saints are following a similar tactic here. They've got no one in their forward 50, pushing right down into the centre, out of the 50 now. .32, Mackenzie Barton out on the wing. And it's a foot race to the side, but it's out. We've got a throw in.
Yeah, Macca's first year with the Kangaroos. She's been a great pickup. And
she Tamworth local?
No, I'm not sure where she's moved in from. I think she's played a bit of rugby in her time, and yeah, still learning the rules. But yeah, certainly loves the physical side of it. So yeah, another great pickup. So. Yeah, we'll have a couple of retirements out of the Roos today, and so it'll open it up for a few more new ones next year. And I'll tell you what, Jess, the crowd's really starting to build here now in anticipation for the main game. It's no more room for cars anywhere.
Got the Nomads versus Gunnedah in the main game, which will be a great opportunity to see some highly contested football, and it's great to be here at Gunnedah. As we've mentioned, they only have a men's side, so often their oval probably doesn't get a lot of play, so they're probably appreciating it.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Inverell unfortunately bowed out of the finals, and they were minor premiers, and Canada snuck in, and and then last week Nomads.
Mackenzie Barton long bombing it into the 50 of the Roos. It's on the ground, and the Saints have popped it out into the 50, but we've got Cassandra Small really chasing it. She's a backline player, pushed right down into the forward, handballed onto, and it's out. Nat Deeves positioning herself well. This is a great contest. Nat Deeves and Gab Mooney.
A little bit of inaccuracy there with handballs, and it's just let's let them down here. And
players on the ground. Ball was cleared there by Tanice Saunders, but has been pulled back. Interesting matchup, Nat Deeves and Gab Mooney. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I still think Savannah Shepherd, I think, is still on Gabby. That's Savannah with the ball there now, so she must have got a push in the back. I think Gab's only kicked the one goal for the Saints, hasn't she?
She had a quiet second half. She kicked that goal and is playing sort of, I think she plays centre half forward, here, so just see the Gunnedah boys. 3
minutes to go in this game, and grand final for the women's. Saints in a very commanding position, 29-7. The Roos may get a constellation goal here in the next 3 minutes.
This was a predicted result, somewhat plugger with a undefeated side, lots of experience, and got to give it to the Roos for having a crack here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I would imagine they're...
What do you think will be the tactic next year? After coming, if you lose a grand final, how do you rebuild your side and go into the next year fighting?
Oh, look, I think the squad that the Roos have got there now, I don't think the coaching staff are going to change. There's so many new ones. This is a fantastic learning experience for them this year. And, yeah, the Roos get a solid pre-season in. They'll be better for it. This is just great experience. It truly is. It's I think your Swans too, Jess, are certainly going to be the movers and shakers if you can keep your team together for next year. So the first year in, it's an amazing what happened there with how far you came in that first 6 months. So
from round one where we couldn't kick and mark to having a really contested preliminary final was really exciting, and to be able to co-captain with Daisy George was a really great opportunity, and we'll retain quite a lot of players. They're really hungry to come out and give it our all next year, and it's really exciting to be able to have a side that debuts, another side in the women's comp. Means more games for everyone.
Point there for the Saints.
Whose boot was that off? Do you know, Plugger?
Yeah, I just couldn't quite tell. It was pretty quick. I more or less in the square there. It was unfortunate it wasn't a goal.
Kayla Hamilton playing on, got all the time in the world, and it's through for a goal. That's really sealing the deal.
And that was a classic mistake made by the Roos, and it was jeopardised straight away. The moment it left the boot, the Saints capitalised on that one well and truly. So
Kayla Hamilton
played some great footy today.
Kayla Hamilton's known to do that, do a few intercepts and play on. She's really keen player when it comes to playing on, so she's really shone.
Who's best on ground, Josh?
Oh.
5 goals, 6.
It's a hard call.
I think Catherine Penberthy's done very well for the Saints.
Yeah, I feel like Tanae Saunders has seen a lot of the ball today, number 22. Pretty sure she's a forward pocket. She's playing in the centre at the moment. She hasn't kicked the goals, but she's always been in underneath everything and done some good deliveries. However, sometimes the players who are just getting a lot of disposals don't necessarily get the awards. Kangaroos Saints. What's the final score there, Plugger?
The final score, full time, 36-7. Convincing win. So well done to the Inverell Saints. Second half, they certainly came out and played premiership winning football, and the Roos are going to have to regather now and start getting ready for next year.
So just to reiterate, that's 5-6-36 and 1-1-7. Saints out on top, undefeated for the whole season. Have pipped the Roos today with a convincing win, and we'll all look forward to having the 2020 season coming along. And it's been great commentating with you, Plugger, today. And I hope your group, the Roo girls, can get together and get around each other. It's a loss here for them today, but hopefully they'll take that going into the next season.
Trust me, Jess, in about 5 hours' time, you'd think they'd won the grand final. It won't matter at all. Thanks very much, Jess.
Thanks, Plugger.
Hamish. Have you got a gun?
Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone who is involved in the presentation for the ladies, if you could make your way over in front of the pavilion here, we'll have the presentation for the ladies grand final for 2019.
Congratulations to all girls involved in today's game. Fantastic, hard-fought, well-played game between both Inverell and the Kangaroos. Well done. We'd firstly like to thank all of our officials from our match. Without them, we don't have a game. So if we can call Lindsay and Shane forward. Our 4 fantastic ground umpires and our 2 goal umpires. Call upon our captain and our coach from our Kangaroos to say a few words in regards to the game.
Firstly, I'd just like to say thanks to Gunny and the league for putting on such a good day today. It's always good to see, especially when it's nice like this. First of all, Roo Girls has been amazing this year. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. We've got a very, very small handful that have actually played before this year. So the girls that have played today have built massively considering the small amount of games that we have this year. Inverell, you're amazing today. It's always so much fun when we know we're playing you guys and know it's going to be fair, square, rough, hard, and you guys can pop us out. All the other women's teams in the league, it's amazing to see how quickly we're growing and how well everyone's developing. Hopefully next year we can come back and each team will pretty much as tough as this year. Hopefully go to maybe some final team too, that'd be great. But congratulations on the win today. You played better than us today, you deserved it, and enjoy it.
Call our Inverell captain and coach forward for a few words. To start with, I'm going to repeat what Shannon just said. Thank you to Gunnedah. Thank you to Sonia and the AFL Northwest Committee and our officials today. We wouldn't be able to play without everyone. So thanks for putting on a great day. Commiserations, Bruce. Literally what Shannon just said. It's always a really hard, tough game when you come finals. We're always going to have a battle. So thanks for turning up and sticking to us. And we'll see you next year. Thank you to the Saints Club as a whole, from our president, our boys, our supporters, who are all here to cheer us on. Thanks to the Swans girls for coming over. Like Shen said, it's going to be so good to see you guys come bigger and better next year. You've come so far in your first year compared to what our first year was. So can't wait to play you again next year. Yeah. going to coach us again if Jerry could teach us how to kick straight. And I think we're definitely maybe kick straight there, so I'll get that one from you, Jerry. And to Dick Gleeson, he's got to be hands down the best coach in this league, and we're so lucky to have him. And you broke our heart that we couldn't do it for you last year, Dickie, but so this comes for you. To add anything? Can we grab the Inverell team manager to come forward? Chris Baldwin. Baby Baskerville. Caitlin Beveridge. Gabby Campbell. Ashley Fox. Eleanor Beatty. Chloe Gleeson. Lindsay Guther. Kyla Hamilton. Jamie Howie. Kelsey Julius. Sophie Castellane. Tyler Mayer. Larisa Matheson. Claire McCosker. Gab Mooney. Courtney Pay. Jamie Pay. Kath Camberdy. Steph Press. Tian Saunders. Alison Sims. Georgia Stratton.
Just before Inverell sit down, we'll quickly announce our best on ground player voted by the umpires, which today went to Gabrielle Mooney. Once again, congratulations to all girls that played in today's game, and well done to Inverell.
Hasn't been one for the commentating yet. Yeah, I don't know if you got one or not. There's left one there for the other sheet, the other two.
Congratulations again to the Inverell Saints taking out the grand final for 2019. A dominant performance all year, undefeated throughout the season, so well done.